If you've explored the internet before, there's a high chance that you have come across a series known as Five Nights at Freddy's, a game that contains themes of horror and 5 animal characters in the form of animatronics. The thing is, what exactly are animatronics? In this video, I'll go over a short portion of how animatronics are made and the history of them. To begin, animatronics are mechatronic puppets created using a steel skeleton. Fiberglass, rubber, and latex are then layered onto the steel skeleton. However, before the building process begins, the person/group creating the animatronic starts out with a sculpture to reference off of. For example, take the crocodile used for the movie Lake Placid. This animatronic first started out as a little tiny sculpture. And after that was made, the real work began. Stan Winston Studios, the group who made the crocodile, used this sculpture to help create the 30-foot-long animatronic. Unfortunately, after the movie was done being filmed, they had to dismantle the animatronic due to it being too big to store anywhere. Well, now that I've given you a basic rundown of how animatronics are made, how about we dive into some of the history? It all began in 1939 with the creation of Sparko, a robot dog accessory of some sort. Sparko had the ability to beg to humans, bark, and sit. This robot dog was the baseline for today's animatronics. Unfortunately, there wasn't any more information I could find about Sparko, but how about we move on to when animatronic history changed forever. In 1961, a now very well-known man, Walt Disney, and his crew created the very first audio animatronic. This audio animatronic was a bird created for a new attraction that debuted in 1969 named Walt Disney's Enchanted Tiki Room. These animatronics kick-started the creation of the modern animatronics we see today. Speaking of modern animatronics, how about we head a few years into the future? Many years after the first audio animatronic was created, a pizza parlor we all know opened up in 1977. This pizza parlor was known as Chuck E. Cheese Pizza Time Theater. Pizza Time Theater was the first restaurant to have animatronics as an attraction, with characters such as Chuck E. Cheese himself, Krusty the Cat, Jasper T. Jowls, Helen Henny, and much more. Pizza Time Theater also had temporary animatronics. These were known as cabaret animatronics. They were basically guest stars. These animatronic guests included Sally Sachet, Foxy Colleen, Harmony Howlett, and a different older version of Helen Henny. There was also a few miscellaneous animatronics as well, but they aren't really that important to animatronic history, so I say let's move on. Years later, a special moment in animatronic history was made again, this being a Benjamin Franklin animatronic located in Disney World. The animatronic had the ability to walk up stairs, which is something no animatronic had done before. After this, animatronics continued to advance more and more, leading to the creation of the very first A100 animatronic in 1989. The first A100 animatronic was a Wicked Witch of the West animatronic created for the now defunct ride named The Great Movie Ride, located in Walt Disney World. The animatronic was programmed to have extremely fluid movements and to interact more with guests in a way. Some more years later, in 1998, the first animatronic toy ever sold began production. This toy is known as a Furby. The Furby was a near instant hit, garnering over 1.8 million sales. The Furby caused an uprising in animatronic toys. Some notable ones I can name are Fingerlings, Doggy Interactive Robot Dog, and For Real Friends, Wags-A-Lot Kitty. Animatronic toys aren't that important in animatronic history, but I thought it would be a fun segment to include. In 2001, yet another moment in animatronic history was made again, with the construction of the Spinosaurus animatronic created for the Jurassic Park 3 movie, which released the same year. The animatronic measured 45 feet tall and weighed around 12.5 tons. This animatronic is considered to be the largest animatronic built. Its current whereabouts are currently unknown to me, unfortunately. In 2005, a company known as Engineered Arts created the first version of an animatronic actor known as Robothespian. Robothespian has the ability to replicate expressive movements of that of a human being, advanced speech, and songs that can be animated. Before I started researching, I had never heard of this thing. It's actually pretty unique. Around 3 years later, another advancement in animatronic history was made. This advancement was the Mr. Potato Head animatronic located in the Toy Story exhibit at Disney Hollywood Studios. Mr. Potato Head had lips that had a superior range of movements, not like any other animatronic before. He also has the ability to talk with the guest in a way. I remember seeing a video of him doing a trick with his ear where he just removed it for some reason and turned it. I'm not really the biggest fan of this one, however. Now that sort of boring segment is over. Let's get into the cool stuff about animatronic history that I really like. It's time to take a time skip. In 2018, Lu, I'm sorry if I butchered that name, creatures that originate from the Guardians of the Galaxy series, animatronics were added into the Guardians of the Galaxy Mission Breakout attraction. The Lu animatronics are small, nestled in a little glass case inside the attraction. These little adorable creatures have the ability to be interactive with guests and be aware of their surroundings. From the videos I saw of them, they're pretty quick at their movements, which is something I really like about animatronics. Now, for the final part, I'll be talking about the sort of current era of animatronics, which is mainly Disney animatronics. The A1000 animatronics. The A1000 animatronics are one of the most advanced animatronics of this age. These animatronics are the most lifelike animatronics. The first A1000 animatronic is unknown to me, and every website I tried to look things up on was unfortunately blocked or riddled with ads. However, one of the most prominent A1000 animatronics I know of is the Shaman animatronic located in the Navi, I'm sorry if I butchered that again, River Journey attraction at Disney World. Another one I can name is the Spider-Man Stuntronic, who is the very first stunt animatronic made that had the ability to jump mid-air. To end this video off, I just want to say that animatronics are really cool and that they're probably one of the most awesome things I've seen in my life.